And the Bucs, no Cam Newton with that bad rib. So Derek Anderson getting a little love. Yeah, you can get the start first time since 2010.
No, Cam.
He's in the huddle.
Yeah, well, look at just a little pep talk.
That's 12 men in the huddle.
It might be 12 men.
If you don't come in the huddle, you need to play.
Hey, nice touch by D'Angelo Williams. Dyeing his dreadlocks pink in honor of his mother who passed away in May because of breast cancer. Pick this one up. 10-0 Panthers in the fourth. Anderson to the rookie. Kelvin Benjamin. Look at the first-round pick.
Whoa, he got mugged.
You get mugged.
That's a big old guy, man.
Just a good catch.
Working on Mike Jenkins for his first career touchdown.
Big time play.
Mike said, man, give me my arm back. Give me my arm back.
Still in the fourth, just over 2 minutes to go. Josh McCown to Bobby Rainey for the 6-yard score.
Great little check down.
Bucs within 3.
I like their new uniforms, too.
So now 3rd and 9 for the Panthers. Under 2 minutes to go. What do you do? I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to see this, Derek Anderson, because you might have gotten lucky on that Deshaun Goldson.
Whoa.
Problem that was right in his mitts.
You cannot drop an opportunity. That separates the one from good and great.
Oh, he's going to be seeing that one in his sleep. So here come the Bucs. 1st and 15. McCown hits Rainey. But look at the defensive player of the year. Luke Kuechly stripping it, and the Panthers recover.
Johnny on the spot.
And they end up winning.
Temporarily suspending the game because of lightning.
And lightning in the area. Suspension. You could see Lovie Smith saying a pull. And here's the handoff on the bootleg touchdown for Josh McCown. And a flag is down. Penalty flag down right at the goal line. So the Rams will have ideal field position here inside the 30.
T.J. McDonald takes the up and under move.
Out of Fordham University. And there is Murray, and it's blocked. Kick is blocked and recovered. And still on his feet is Ray Armstrong. The kick was blocked by T.J. McDonald. 8-yard attempt by Zerline. And Greg Zerline's kick is good. And the Rams have regained the lead, 19-17 with 38 seconds remaining. Up in the clock. They can get another play or two off. And here's McCown stepping up, and he drills it. And the pass is
Under play, and they are out of timeouts. It requires a 10-second runoff. The game is over.
And that's it. A 10-second runoff. What a way for Lovie Smith to have this game end when the Buccaneers.
We go with highlights. 3 big-name players out tonight for the Bucs. Gerald McCoy, Doug Martin, and then Roddy White not playing either.
We couldn't
for the
tell.
Atlanta Falcons.
You wouldn't know it.
Matt Ryan, what are you doing,
Matt
buddy?
had a little something in his eye when he ran out of the tunnel.
Well,
but
he
as
got
you
it
can
out.
see,
Throwing darts.
There was no label on that bottle. That's all I know.
25 yards to Julio Jones. Julio would have himself a night. This time, Ryan waiting, creating time, and finding Harry for a wide-open touchdown. 7-0 Falcons. That's as close as it would get, guys.
Yes.
Next Falcons drive, same score. Levine Toilolo fumbles. Mark Barry catches it.
Hester!
You got to secure the ball.
But Hester's there to poke it out. Let's take another look at exactly how things went.
Not my house.
Great play by Hester.
Well, just a lot of hustle coming up, drawing the ball out from the back. Now, you wouldn't think an offensive type guy knew how to do this, but he's doing it all tonight.
Mark Barron, ball security, buddy.
Yeah.
8 plays later, Ryan to Julio for the touchdown. Jones had 9 catches for 161 yards. Take me through this one.
Well, listen, it's Matt Ryan, but then, hey, you got time. There's no defense for when Matt Ryan has time and you got Julio Jones. He uncovers in the back of the end zone. Zone coverage does not work versus this offense.
Especially when you're playing
Josh
four.
McCown saying this doesn't work either. Picked off by Kamal Ishmael. Return for the touchdown. Falcons up 21-0.
Seems like he was trying to copy my man Lynch with the dive into the end zone.
-1 special part of the highlight. But listen, hey, this is a great break on the ball. I mean, Josh McCown should have seen it. I mean, it was tight coverage right over the back shoulder. You know, Ishmael hops in front. Easy interception.
You can't stare down a receiver.
You can't do it. Not in this business.
Well, turnovers a problem, especially for Bobby Rainey tonight. Stripped by Paul Werlo. Falcons recover on the Bucs 35. McCown would later lead the game with a thumb injury. Things just not going well for them.
We called it highlights and lowlights. Highlights for one team, lowlights for the other.
Well, this is the highlight.
This is definitely
because
gonna be a
Devin
highlight.
Hester hugging his old coach, Lovie Smith.
yeah.
If only Lovie knew what he was going to do to him.
Right. He said, hey, remember when I wanted to sign with you in the offseason? Well,
Yeah,
take
sorry,
this.
take that one. 20-yard touchdown. The Falcons now leading 28-0.
Giving security a little bit of love.
Yeah. Hey, high school reverse. Went for 6.
Mike Smith.
Devin's like, you should give me the ball more often. This
He said,
is
"Coach."
what happened.
Later in the second, and
Wow.
here it is, history being made. 62-yard
had no
touchdown
chance.
on the return.
No chance.
Yeah, no
His
chance.
20th of his career, and he surpasses Deion Sanders for the most return touchdowns in NFL history.
And
Look
gives-
at that tweet from
Yeah.
Prime.
He gives Prime some love with the hand cocked behind the head, the high step from 22 yards out. Special.
Very emotional.
Very exciting night. And so in the first half, 35 points for the Falcons, 0 for the Bucks. Here we are in the third quarter.
Matt
Ryan.
Don't do it to him, Matt. Okay, go ahead.
Now, that was a great catch. Julio was actually turned the opposite way. He had to turn in midair, still concentrate, stay in bounds.
Fantasy. Here's Lovie Smith, 0-3.
Day from earlier today, James Harrison back in a Steelers uniform after getting signed this week. Good thing for Steelers fans. Mike Glennon making a start for the injured Josh McCown. Glennon to Mike Evans, falling down but still makes the catch. Bucks on top 7-0
Yeah,
early.
we saw that a few times in college. Outstanding concentration and ball skills right here by Mike Evans. Be able to secure that ball with one hand. That's what he did in college.
Cortez Allen on the coverage there. The catch looks even better in slow motion. This guy always looks good. Antonio Brown on the touchdown catch here from Ben Roethlisberger. Called for unsportsmanlike conduct on the celebration. I enjoyed it. Second quarter, it's tied at 10. Second and 13 of the Bucks, 27 for the Steelers. Here's Roethlisberger to Brown.
How is that not offensive pass interference?
Are you serious?
Just a little bit.
That was a big shove by Antonio Brown, but they don't see it. He gets the touchdown. The Steelers on top 17-10. Poor Alteron Werner on that play. In the third quarter, here's Glennon lobbing it up for Evans.
Whoa.
It's like an alley-oop, right? When you have a receiver that tall, just throw it up, he'll go get it.
The Buccaneers, right? That's what they call themselves.
Yep.
It is a basketball team on the outside.
Great catch, though, by the Rook. First and goal for the Bucks. A couple of plays later, Doug Martin would get the touchdown. This is Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, who throws it over to Le'Veon Bell for a pickup of 17 yards. Some trickeration by the Steelers.
Antonio Brown can do everything. Now, don't put your hand up. He didn't like that. He didn't like that first down. I don't think I've ever seen anybody pull anybody's hand down trying to celebrate a first down. That was awesome.
4 plays later, Heath Miller on the receiving end of the touchdown. Steelers up 24-17. But it was far from over. In the fourth, Mike Evans out with a groin injury. Bucks have the ball. Second and goal here. Glennon to Lewis Murphy. Can't make the catch.
He'll make up for it.
And that he would. Foreshadowing, DJ. I like that.
I like to mix that in.
Bucks settle for a field goal. It's 24-20. Roethlisberger gives to Le'Veon Bell. Back to Roethlisberger to Brown. Oh, man. That could have been 6, but he drops the ball. Steelers
Don't see that much.
miss a chance to put it away. No. One of the best receivers in the game. Sure-handed, but this one off his fingertips. You can see Ben's reaction there. He's made you look good in the past, though, Ben. Can't blame him there for that one. Glennon throws to Austin Safari and Jenkins in the end zone, unable, speaking English now, trying to make the grab. Second down for the Bucks. Ben's a little bit nervous, as he should be. Lovey, what are you dialing up? Glennon to Vincent Jackson.
Give your big guy a chance. 4th and 10. Just give him a chance. Put a little air under that thing. Take a little off. You got a size advantage. Got to give him a chance to make a play.
So the Steelers take over 3rd and 5 now with 1:35 on the clock. The Bucks are out of timeouts. They give it to Bell. He stopped for a loss of 3. The Steelers forced to punt. So the Bucks take over. 2nd and 10 from the Steelers 46. Just 35 seconds left. Remember that foreshadowing about Lewis Murphy? Here's what DJ was talking about. 41-yard gain here, LT.
Yeah, that was a nice throw by Mike Glennon.
First down for the Buccaneers. 15 seconds left. 12 seconds left now. Just throw it to Vincent Jackson 3 straight times. That's basically what they did. Jackson scores the touchdown. Fantastic catch. The Bucs take the lead for good. They win it 27-24. Second-year quarterback Mike Glennon passes for over 300 yards. Big Ben shaking his head. The Buccaneers get a much-needed win. Their first win of the season over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Congratulations,
Big
Lovey.
win for them.
Team trying to rediscover its mojo. The New Orleans Saints, winless on the road, 1-0 at home, welcoming the Bucs to town. Tough day for Jimmy Graham, the two-time Pro Bowler. He got hit a couple of times in this game. Levante David, on his first catch, injured his shoulder.
Oh, man, you a tight end.
He would come back in the game.
Hurt like a receiver.
That hurt. And a half dozen plays later, this is a Graham cracker by Major Wright. And he's done now. He'll be reevaluated on Monday after 2 catches.
Shoulder again?
Yep.
That hit right on the shoulder. Well, that
Third
hurts.
quarter, Saints down 4. Drew Brees has not. He hadn't looked fluid this year. Trying to keep it alive, and it's Danny.
That's a nice word to use.
And Santa. What?
Fluid. And he hasn't looked fluid. He looked a whole lot less than hasn't looked fluid.
That's a touch. He threw a touchdown, though, guys.
Yeah, he did. And look at Lysana. The LeBron. I don't know why LeBron is not big in New Orleans. That doesn't make much sense, but you can do it. All right, so the Saints trying to come back here. Down by 11. Pierre Thomas.
Steady Eddie right there. They can bring all the backs in they want. You bring everybody in you want.
Now
Pierre Thomas going to answer the bell.
They give it a 2-point try. They didn't get it. However, this was huge because Junior Gillette drops Mike Glennon. They get the 2 points back, so they're within 3.
Grace down on the line. They didn't see it.
Come on. How you
Now-
call a pass play there?
Eventually, Shane Graham connects on a 44-yard game-time field goal. We're headed to overtime where Breeze looking for Brandon Cooks, but it's Jonathan Banks that gets flagged. Illegal contact. Lovey,
hands to
your
yourself.
thoughts? I thought so. 9 plays later, Kyrie Robinson. Watch it.
This man run right here. Bam!
He loves contact.
And after the opening drive in overtime, a touchdown does it. The Saints, they hang on for the 6-point win. Just saying.
Chris.
Baltimore and Tampa
I
Bay.
know that hurts you when I'm saying Rich.
Hey, Joe Flacco, less than 2 minutes in, finds Torrey Smith. People, buckle up because we are just starting this
You got
thing.
that right. Torrey, good job, man.
Yeah, Torrey stepping up, making some plays.
Then after a McGlennon INT, it's Flacco to Smith again.
Same play, right?
Torrey needed this day, man. He hasn't had a very good season up to this point, but he stepped up and made plays today.
Now the Ravens just start throwing touchdowns to guys who were sitting like section 118.
Same play.
That's Kamar Aiken for
Other
his
side of the
first
field.
touchdown. And then Michael Campanaro, the 7th-round pick out of Wake Forest.
Okay,
Yeah,
same
seriously.
play. Other side of the field.
Like, he wasn't even active before they started the second quarter, I
4
think.
verticals.
Yeah. So that's 4 touchdowns in the first, if you're keeping track. And then Steve Smith having a senior moment. That's 5 first-half touchdowns, one shy of Darryl LaMonica's all-time
Steve Smith
NFL
has
record.
been getting deep on everybody, every
No, this don't even make sense. Watch this, Rob. This don't even
Everybody.
make sense. Now, the corner right there. Just make the play 20. See, that's why I can't take all applications for 21 reasons.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, Flacco, that's a career-high 5 touchdown tosses. Tony Banks, the only other Raven to do that.
All right, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Teddy Bridgewater and a lot of first-year guys making an impression in this ball game. Taking on Gerald McCoy on that defensive side of the ball. Remember, he signed a 7-year, $98 million extension just a couple of days ago. How about this? In the second quarter, no score. And Gerald McCoy, well, he's trying to show that that paycheck was worth it, man. Sacks Teddy Bridgewater there. Third quarter now. Vikings up 3-0. This one was ugly offensively, folks. But how about Jerick McKinnon, another rookie, scampering his way for a 28-yard pickup. He'd finish the afternoon with 83 yards rushing. All right, just 3 plays later. How about Teddy Bridgewater? Under siege. Takes a big hit, but then finds a beautiful pass to Greg Jennings for a 17-yard touchdown. A gorgeous pitch and catch. The Vikings take a 10-0 lead. Fast forward to the fourth quarter now. Bucks trailing 10-3. Mike Glennon, looking for and finding a rookie. Mike Evans, a 40-yard bomb. That would lead to a Patrick Murray 45-yard field goal, and the Bucks down 10-6. Next Bucks possession, Glennon. Mike Evans again. This time a 23-yard hookup. And the flag you see there was for defensive pass interference. Obviously, they would decline that. 4 plays later, Lovie Smith going for it on 4th and 1, and that would be Mike James setting up 1st and goal for the Bucks, just by the nose of the ball. Very next play, Glennon to guess what? A rookie. Austin Safarian Jenkins, the tight end out of Washington. A 7-yard touchdown, and the rookie tight end gives the Bucks a lead, 13-10. All right, so next, Vikings drive. They need a field goal to tie it. Remember, 48 seconds left. Woo. Bridgewater almost picked off by Jonathan Banks there. 4 plays later, 23 ticks to go. Bridgewater looking, fires middle of the field, connects with Chase Ford for a 3-yard gain, or excuse me, a 7-yard gain and a first down. So now 4 seconds left to go. The Vikings setting up a game-tying field goal. Blair Walsh connects from 38 yards out, and he would tie the game. This game's going to overtime. This one was a pretty short overtime. You know why? Glennon is going to find his rookie again, but then another rookie. How about Anthony Barr from UCLA? Strips, and then the scoop and score to end the ball game. A 27-yard touchdown there for Barr, and the Vikings win 19-13. All right, it's the Battle of the Orange. Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Cleveland Browns. Brian Hoyers played well for the Browns, looking to go 8-3 as a starter for Cleveland. Mike Pettin, meanwhile, trying to keep his team alive in the AFC North, the only division where every team has a winning record. All right, first quarter, Buccaneers. Mike Glennon passing deep, but the ball is tipped by Joe Hayden and then intercepted by Dante Whitner. And look at the man go, 54 yards down the Buccaneers' 21-yard line. Take another look at this play by Joe Hayden. A beautiful job by Joe Hayden to keep the ball alive for Dante Whitner to make that interception. A beautiful play there. All right, second quarter now. Buccaneers with it. They're trailing 6-0, but not for very long. Mike Glennon throws deep again to Mike Evans, but this time it's a touchdown. 24 yards, and the Bucks lead 7-6. But how about this? Mike Evans with a little Manziel money sign. Remember, they did go to school together, but is it a diss or a tribute? Not sure. Ensuing Browns possession, Hoyer's pass intercepted by Jonathan Banks, and the Bucks will take over at the Browns' 10-yard line. All right, 2 plays later, Mike Glennon looking end zone, but picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Gibson actually leads the league with 6 picks right now. A good play by him. Third quarter, Browns with it. Hoyer on goal to go finds Terrence West for a little dump-off pass and a 2-yard score. And the Browns lead 16-10. Next, Bucks possession. Mike Glennon looking for Mike Evans again, and the Mike and Mike connection is good. A 24-yard touchdown, and again, another money sign. Is it a diss or a tribute? We'll have to wait to find out. Fourth quarter, Browns ball. Hoyer's pass deflected by Bradley McDougall and intercepted by Clinton McDonald. The Bucks take over. Fourth quarter, 5 plays later, Bucks lining up to punt. Michael Conan, his punt deflected by Craig Robertson. And the Browns take over at the Buccaneers' 35-yard line. So how about the ensuing Browns possession? This on second down. Brian Hoyer. Good amount of time, scanning the field, firing, and then finding a wide open Taylor Gabriel. A 34-yard touchdown. The Browns would go for 2 but could not convert, so they lead 22-17. Hoyer, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Mike Glennon trying to answer right back. Finding Mike Evans yet again, a 31-yard hookup there. That's late in the fourth quarter. Evans would finish with 124 yards and 2 scores. 4 plays later on fourth down, Mike Glennon throws complete to Mike Evans for a 9-yard gain. You think, wait a second, that's a first down. But no, offensive pass interference. Take another look. It looked like Mike Evans pushed off a bit on Buster Screen for the reception. Controversial call, but that means another fourth down try. 1:45 left to go in the game. Glennon looking for another rookie, Austin Safarian-Jenkins, but that would not hold up. 22-17 your final as the Browns improved to 5-3. All right, an NFC South battle. Falcons taking on the Buccaneers. Josh McCown getting the start after suffering a thumb injury earlier in the season, replacing Mike Glennon. Now, Matt Ryan trying to keep the Falcons alive in this wide-open NFC South divisional race. All right, second quarter, Matt Ryan finds Julio Jones, and then look at the powerful Atlanta wide receiver breaking tackles, dashing near the near sideline, a 39-yard pickup. 3 plays later, Ryan throws to a wide open Devin Hester. Oh no, Devin Hester. Oh no, wide open, should have been a touchdown. Instead, it would lead to a Matt Bryant 37-yard field goal, and the Falcons led 10-3. All right, ensuing Buccaneers possession. Here's Josh McCown. That would be Coy Bierman. Do not adjust your screens. He's wearing red contacts. How about Josh McCown looking for Mike Evans? What a beautiful grab by the rookie. 22 yards and the touchdown. Evans finished with 7 catches, 125 yards, and a score. I mean, take a look. That was some tight coverage by Robert Alford, but it didn't matter. Evans able to pull down a spectacular touchdown. The game's tied at 10. All right, second half action, third quarter. Falcons leading 16-10. This is on 4th down. Matt Bosher punting away. Marcus Thigpen receiving for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And look at the moves. He's like me at the disco. Not really. He's got some moves. 53 yards down to the Falcons' 34-yard line. I've been known to bust a move back in the day. Don't worry about it. Fourth quarter now. Same drive. 8 plays later. McCown on play action. This one's easy. This one's too easy. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. Hey, guess what? Another rookie making an impact here. A 1-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers take the lead 17-16. Mike Smith not pleased. Josh McCown trying to fire up the troops. All right. Ensuing Falcons possession. This on 1st down. Ryan. Guess what? Julio Jones. 20-yard completion. Jones would finish with 8 catches and 119 yards. 10 plays later. Roddy White, end zone, touchdown, 5-yard score. And the Falcons lead 22-17. They're up 5, so here's a 2-point conversion. Was it good? Was it no good? Harry Douglas is able to pull it down despite this tight coverage, and the Falcons led by 7. Next Falcons possession, Steven Jackson. Look at the big man rumble. 27-yard gain. That led to a Matt Bryant field goal, and the Falcons led 27-17. Later in the 4th, Buccaneers trying to answer back. McCown, Mike Evans. Initially, the play would be ruled incomplete, but then reviewed. Take a look. Toe tap dancing. 1-2. He's in there. The call's overturned. The Buccaneers take over on the Falcons' 4-yard line. All right, so very next play. This on 1st and goal. McCown looking for Vincent Jackson. This ball tipped and ruled incomplete, but the play would be reviewed. Take another look. It's tipped in and then recovered by Dwight Lowry. That's an interception. So that call also overturned, and the Falcons hang on to win 27-17. All right, so Tampa Bay taking on Washington. Jay Gruden trying to rally the team around Robert Griffin III, who's just 1-7 in his last 8 starts. And guess what? He would struggle again. Robert Griffin here, scrambling out of the pocket, and then the ball's tipped up in the air and then intercepted by Danny Lansana. Take another look. Ball tipped up, and it's tipped up by Niles Paul right into the defender's arms. That would lead to a Patrick Murray 32-yard field goal, and the Buccaneers led 3-0. That right there is Trent Williams leaving during that possession. Later, how about this? Another tip ball, this time intercepted by Jonathan Banks. 19-yard return for touchdown, and the Buccaneers find themselves up 10-0. Ensuing Washington possession. Here's Griffin. Eluding the rush, scrambling up the middle, then whoa, watch out. Diving over the top to pick up some extra yards, and that would be a 1st down. Second quarter now. Griffin looking to escape the pocket. Where's he going? Right, left? Nope. He's going to get crushed by Gerald McCoy for a loss of 10 yards. Griffin frustrated, obviously. Buccaneers still lead 10-0. Second quarter now. Buccaneers with it. Josh McCown finding his new favorite target, Mike Evans. And the rookie had a huge day today. A 51-yard completion there. That also would lead to a Murray field goal, and the Buccaneers led 13-0. Then, how about this? This would be Griffin to Roy Halou, and he's going to dash into the end zone from 30 yards out, and the Redskins trail by just 6, 13-7. Griffin finished with 207 yards, 1 touchdown, those 2 interceptions you saw earlier. Third quarter now. Washington again. Griffin sacked here by Michael Johnson for a loss of 6, and the Buccaneers recorded 6 sacks on the day. Third quarter. Buccaneers with it. Josh McCown. I said he liked Mike Evans, right? Here you go. 36-yard touchdown, and the Buccaneers led 20-7. Next, Bucs possession. This right here on third down. 3rd and 13. Josh McCown fires. Guess who? Mike Evans, a 34-yard completion. If you can't tell, he's starting to pile up some yards, folks. We'll get to that in just a moment. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter now. McCown finds, guess who? Mike Evans again. Another touchdown, this one of the 56-yard variety. Evans finished with 7 catches, 207 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Buccaneers win 27-7. NFC South versus the NFC North. Tampa Bay versus Chicago. Lovie Smith returned to Soldier Field for the first time since he was fired in 2012. Jay Cutler leads the NFL with 17 turnovers, and he would add to that total today. First quarter action. Cutler under pressure and then is sacked for a huge loss by Clinton McDonald. Later in the first quarter, Jay Cutler again in the shotgun, and this time Gerald McCoy comes off the edge and forces the fumble. It's recovered by the aforementioned Clinton McDonald. That would be turnover number 18 for Jay Cutler. How about the rookie, the sensational rookie wide receiver Mike Evans? Second quarter, Josh McCown finds Mike Evans for a 19-yard touchdown. Evans, though, is flagged for taunting Kyle Fuller after the catch. Not a classy move there, but the Buccaneers do lead 7-0. So later in the second, Buccaneers with it, same score. McCown throws to Lewis Murphy, and look at Lewis Murphy. I mean, this guy's got moves like you wouldn't believe. Finding a 54-yard completion there, although he would get flagged at the end of it for an offensive face mask. And as you can see, Murphy grabbing hold of Chris Conte's face mask and trying to throw him off. But regardless, a nice play there. 5 plays later, McCown to Jackson, a 27-yard completion. Lance Briggs, though, would have to leave the game with a growing injury and would not return. This is the injury again. Briggs appears to injure himself while jamming Mike Evans off of the line of scrimmage. That led to a Patrick Murray field goal, and the Buccaneers led 10-0, so they're in control, right? Well, unfortunately, they played the second half. Bears ball, still trailing, 10-0. Cutler finds Martellus Bennett, 26 yards there. And 3 plays later, on 3rd and 2 from the Buccaneers' 2-yard line, Cutler from the shotgun, looking inside and finding Alshon Jeffrey for that 2-yard score. And the Bears now trail just 10-7. 2 Buccaneers possessions later. This on second down. Josh McCown scrambling around, and he's going to be sacked from behind by David Bass. He also forced the fumble. It's recovered by Christian Jones. The Bears take over on the 13-yard line. Great field position for them. So the very next play, who else? Matt Forte. Oh, look at the cut inside. Just unbelievable running for Matt Forte. That's a 13-yard touchdown. The Bears now lead 14-10. Ensuing Buccaneers possession. McCown, his pass intercepted by Ryan Mundy. Another great field position for the Chicago Bears. That would lead to a Matt Forte 1-yard touchdown run, and the Bears took the lead 21-10. That's 21 unanswered for the Bears. Ensuing Bucs possession. McCown, that right there, for 24 yards to Vincent Jackson. But unfortunately, Vincent Jackson then fumbled the ball. Tim Jennings then returns it to the Bears' 21-yard line. The play, though, would be reviewed. So you make the call. Is he down? Is he not down? Oh, man, I'll tell you what, it was awfully close. The ball does begin to move, though, after Jackson's left elbow came down, but just not enough evidence really to overturn that call. And so the ruling on the field was upheld. Fourth quarter now. Buccaneers with it. This is on 4th and 1 with 2:08 remaining. McCown tried the quarterback sneak, came up just a little bit short as the Buccaneers go on to lose 21-13. The Bears 5-6.
Off to the most competitive division in football, the AFC North, where everybody has at least 7 wins, including the Bengals on top of that division. Andy Dalton, apparently he was sick, throwing up all night on Saturday.
That's what was wrong.
His fans were doing the same thing after watching him play in the first half on Sunday. Dalton picked off by Brandon Dixon in the end zone. He was picked off 3 times in the first half.
You want to make a coach mad, just throw a red zone interception.
Well, here he's going to throw a red zone touchdown in the third quarter with his team down 10-7 in Tampa Bay. Dalton to A.J. Green.
Man. What a physical game. A.J. Green, you saw him turn that corner. He would not stop working up the field. Great touchdown.
And here's where the thing gets interesting. Down 1 in the fourth. No timeouts left for Tampa Bay. 30 seconds to go. Josh McCown to Lewis Murphy. That's a gain of 21. Well within field goal range. However, Marvin Lewis is like, I was told from upstairs, they had 12 men on the field, so he throws the challenge flag. Of course, you can't challenge in the last 2 minutes. You need a booth review. According to Vice President of Officiating Dean Blandino, they were already checking it to see whether or not there were 12 men on the field. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's illegal. So it's a penalty on the Buccaneers. Marvin Lewis, all he loses is a timeout. A few years ago, it used to be a 15-yard penalty if you threw a challenge flag with less than 2 minutes to go. No anymore. So now, 4th and 20, McCown throws it halfway to Mike Evans.
You can't do that.
That ain't going to get it done.
You can't do that.
So the Bengals get a win thanks to their super smart
Stand
coach.
up, Lovey. Stand up.
Come on now. Tampa Bay and Detroit. Lions 0-9 in December games since 2012. Is that possible?
Boy, he's waking up. They have
so.
woken up, talking about that lion. They have woken up the sleeping lion.
And there's the biggest lion, Megatron.
They saw one-on-one on the outsides, and they checked to that. I don't blame them.
8 for 158 and a score. And Josh McCown, kudos to him. He took the heat all day and is still standing. Here he completes it to Vincent Jackson, but watching Dominican Sue come in, nail him, he would get flagged. I'm telling you, Sue ought to start bringing his checkbook to work.
Man, but it's not anything wrong with what he did. He just
Yeah, he went up to the face, man.
You know what, though?
Oh, yeah, okay, I see slipped up.
Sue said afterward, I have new respect for Josh McCown. He took some serious hits and still got up.
Sue tried to get a contract for next year. He tried to be nice.
Fourth quarter, McCown and Mike.
Contract year.
Mike Evans.
Man, this dude here is playing, man.
Mike Evans is nice, man.
Man, and I thought he was one of the top players in the draft, and he's showing that he is just that.
2 more touchdowns on Sunday, 8 since the beginning of November to lead the NFL. And then, you know what? Lions were good. They were also lucky. Watch it. Boing, 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 boing.
That's when
and Joik Bells.
You know what?
Exit.
When you winning, stuff like that happens. When you lose and somebody picked it off and run the other way.
Lions
And
still
dance.
very much in the playoff hunt. Still sniffing the division title, perhaps even. They win it 34-17.
Oh, the lowly NFC South. Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton not starting today, obviously, with a back injury due to that car accident he suffered on Tuesday. Derek Anderson in relief. Remember, he did play Week 1 versus Tampa Bay as well. Here on their opening possession, he finds Kelvin Benjamin for a nice 17-yard pickup. Look at the hops and the concentration for Kelvin to pull that down. All right, ensuing Buccaneers possession, Doug Martin, he's like water flowing downhill. He finds a crack and he's gone. 64 yards down to the Panthers' 16-yard line. Martin would finish with 14 rushes for 96 yards. So, same drive, 3 plays later. Josh McCown hits Mike Evans in the corner for an 8-yard touchdown, and the Bucs take the lead 7-3. Nate Burleson calls that toe tap swag, getting that second tap in there inbounds, and it's ruled a touchdown. All right, Panthers ensuing drive. How about this? Derek Anderson scrambling and then doing the Cam Newton point to celebrate. Superman loves it on the sidelines. Yes, sir. All right, a big blow to Tampa Bay's defense, though. Gerald McCoy. This on first down. McCoy pictured there. He goes down, Derek Anderson's pass is incomplete, but the big storyline here is that McCoy tweaked that right knee. He'd have to leave the game as a result. Take a look here. Kind of plants and then look like that knee kind of went in on itself there. So it's a scary knee injury, certainly for Gerald McCoy. Tampa Bay, although he did walk off of his own accord, Tampa Bay trailing 7-6. Third quarter now. It's 10-9. Josh McCown under pressure, sacked by Charles Johnson, and it's recovered by Kawan Short of the Panthers. Sets up a nice short field for them. Ensuing Panthers possession, Anderson's going to find Jericho Cotchery. Nice little inside slant route is good, 2-yard touchdown. It's the first touchdown for Jericho Cotchery of the year as the Panthers go up 16-10. Fourth quarter we go. Same score, 16-10. Josh McCown under pressure by Roman Harper. It's ruled incomplete, but Ron Rivera would challenge the play, arguing that it was a fumble. So we'll let you officiate at home. As you can see, Roman Harper did hit Derek Anderson's arm before the ball was released, as the Panthers would then take over. So then, that was McCown whose arm got tipped. Here is Derek Anderson, but throwing an interception. Pass intended for Greg Olsen, but, wait a second. A penalty on the Bucs. Larry English, his arm would just barely graze Anderson in the head, but they called it roughing the passer. Not sure about that one. The Panthers would maintain control. Same drive, 11 plays later. The pass incomplete, nearly intercepted by Alteron Werner. The Panthers would settle for a field goal to go up 19-10. All right, next Bucs possession. McCown scrambling. Look at him go. Hello, he's not going to get there, is he? He is. Josh McCown, yes sir, scrambles in from 16 yards out, and the Buccaneers now trail 19-17. All right, next Bucs possession. McCown scrambling again, throwing deep, but intercepted by the great Luke Kuechly. The Panthers would then hold on to win 19-17. Anderson in relief, 25 of 40 for 277 yards and 1 touchdown.
Would win the North if Green Bay lost to Tampa Bay, but if Green Bay won, they at least get a playoff berth. Aaron Rodgers threw for under 200 yards a week ago up in Buffalo and struggled early on. Pardon me. And then, and I don't know if he's getting odor eaters or something in there, or he's got a calf issue, but whatever. Eventually it worked for Green Bay because they got it going.
You can relax with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be all right.
Rodgers in a scoreless game to Jordy Nelson. That's a gain of 24.
Jordy Nelson is so nice.
They outgained the Buccaneers by more than 300 yards.
And what you saying?
In part because Eddie Lacy's like a tackle-eligible running with a pitch.
Ain't nobody trying to get in front of him, man.
Who's tackling that?
Not me.
Okay, I get it. He was over 1,000 for the season. He has 8 touchdowns in his last 6 games. On to the fourth, Josh McCown. He got to know the Packers defense very well, including Clay Matthews. Hello.
Clay Matthews is so consistent, man.
He had 2.5 of Green Bay's 7 sacks on the day. And Aaron Rodgers threw for more than 300 yards. To Jordy Nelson. Packers win it 20-3, and everybody just RELAX.
That's how you lean back.
That's it.
All right, the Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Bucs. Not much on the line here. Maybe Rob Ryan fighting for his job as defensive coordinator for the Saints. Meanwhile, for Lovie Smith and the Bucs, they're just looking to secure maybe the #1 pick in the draft upcoming. So here we go, second quarter. Doug Martin finding a little crease and then breaking off a 45-yard run. That would set up first and goal situation. This on third and goal. McCown to Mike Evans, the rookie. A 6-yard touchdown number 12 for Mike Evans as the Buccaneers lead. Surprisingly somewhat, 10-0. All right, next Saints possession. Drew Brees to Marcus Colston for a gain of 15 yards. That was on 3rd and 5. So 6 plays later, the drive gets down to first and goal. Kyrie Robinson runs it in from 1 yard out, and the Saints trail 10-7. Next Buccaneers possession. This on first down. Charles Sims, the rookie. We're going to cut back inside, and then a little shimmy shake. Oh, breaking tackles, and then a 20-yard explosion. But, take a look at the replay here. He actually gets taken out by his own teammate. That's Tavares King right here, decleating Charles Sims. Could have been a much bigger game, but 4 plays later, it's all good. Charles Sims runs to the left, an 8-yard touchdown run, and the Buccaneers lead 17-7. Third quarter, Saints ball, now trailing 20-7. Drew Brees throwing, firing deep downfield, but the ball is intercepted by Bradley McDougald. Take another look. McDougald, really great concentration, great individual defensive effort here. Gets his hand up and then tips the ball to himself. Gets both feet in bounds, and the Buccaneers intercept that one in the end zone. Next Saints possession. This on third down. Brees to Kenny Stills. I mean, are you kidding me? Kenny Stills, triple covered, but it's all good. Take another look here. 1, 2, 3 Bucks in the picture there, but it's okay because Kenny Stills goes up and nabs it. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. Brees. It's intercepted again in the end zone. This time Keith Tandy got him. It's Brees' 3rd interception of the day, 2nd in the end zone alone. So the next Saints possession, Mark Ingram. They'll keep this one on the ground. And look at him burying defenders, carrying him for an 18-yard gain. That would lead to an Ingram 1-yard touchdown, and the Saints trail 20-14. Fourth quarter action. Buccaneers with the same score. McCown intercepted by Keenan Lewis. Returned 2 yards down to midfield. So the very next play, remember the New Orleans is down 20-14. They're down a touchdown. Brees. The ball batted at the line of scrimmage, and it's caught by Brees. That would be career catch number 7 for Drew Brees, the product out of Purdue. Then 3 plays later from the shotgun, Brees, a little more conventional pass. That was on 4th and 2, by the way. A gain of 4 yards and kept the drive rolling. 3 plays later, Brees to Colston. Colston over the top, and then Colston finding the near side pylon for a touchdown. A 36-yard score for him, and the Saints reclaimed the lead 21-20. Brees, though, would come up 48 yards short of 5,000 yards. Ensuing Buccaneers possession. McCown on 3rd down just gets swallowed up by Junior Gillette in the end zone for the safety. Rob Ryan feeling it. Lovie Smith not so much. The Saints go on to win 23-20.